We're going to take a look at the GFS over the next 36 hours. We have got a major winter storm, potentially historic for the month of March, coming for the northeastern half of the country. Thanks for clicking on to the Monday edition of Vogan's US Outlook. It's the 13th of March, and we are talking about one major, and I mean major, winter storm for the northeast. Blizzard warnings are going to be posted over the next few hours here, but all the ingredients coming together just beautifully for what will be a blockbuster March snowstorm, I think, for the northeastern half of the country. So, what a way to say goodbye to what has been one of the warmest winters on record, that's for sure. So, let's get right to it. This is the surface and precipitation chart, and you can see here all the snowfall pushing through the Midwest. But we're paying very close attention to just off the Carolina coast, because once I skip to the next frame here, you can start to see the coastal feature developing here just east of Charleston, South Carolina, and all the ingredients coming, like I said, together just beautifully. We've got a banana shaped high extending from off the New England coast right up over top, and there is some very cold air underneath this area of high pressure. So you've got the injection of bitterly cold Arctic air. You've got a ton of moisture coming up from both Gulf and the Atlantic. Warmer than normal water temperatures off the east coast as well is going to feed this storm. And then bang, once we start to get to around about 6Z tomorrow morning, things are going to get very interesting indeed, because that coastal feature basically sitting, according to GFS, sitting right on the North Carolina coast. And we're going to start to see all the ingredients in the injection coming together, merging together for this major snowstorm. So even by tomorrow morning, it's going to start to snow. Could see rain initially across the DC metro area, but further north we're going to see snow breaking out. Winds are going to start to really increase, especially through the mid-Atlantic region. Starting off relatively quiet across the northeast, but then as we skip into the next frame, 12Z tomorrow, we're going to start to see very heavy snowfall starting to break out. Rain changing over to snow across the DC area, and in the Philadelphia, we're going to see banding taking place of this snow event. Very strong gale force winds rattling across the Jersey, Long Island, up into New England coastline here. And the snowfall, as you get that wraparound, pulling moisture, warm, moist air from off the southeast coast in and around into the very cold air, you're breaking out very heavy snowfall indeed here. So this is going to be a classic nor'easter. And look at this here. We go from 990 to 983 millibars, the center of the low, perfectly positioned for the heaviest snowfall right through the Philadelphia, New York, Providence, Boston corridor here. So this area is going to essentially be shut down if all the forecast models are correct, and there is some great agreement now. We could be talking about potentially hurricane force gusts along the coastline, snowfall in the kind of 3, possibly 6 inch range. Yeah, I know that's high, but this corridor, right on the I-95 corridor, is going to get slammed here by probably near whiteout conditions here. Then the system continues to lift out. Then we see the core of the cold air coming down into the midwestern section of the country, while the heaviest snow starts to pull away from DC, Philadelphia, even New York City. But it looks as if we're going to see a full-blown blizzard in the Boston metro area, I think, here. So the track is just positioned perfectly that we're going to see the heaviest snow, the strongest winds right along the I-95 and the coastal region here. Then the system eventually pulls out. We're going to see very nasty conditions up across the Canadian Maritimes. Then northerly winds. With look at this here. Look at the thickness value down in 516 all the way to Charlotte, North Carolina. That is an impressive Arctic outbreak for this time of the year, folks. We are going to see some exceptionally cold air for mid-March, driving right down into potentially the upper portion of the southeast region of the country here. So this is a big deal. And like I say, this is a potentially historic outbreak of cold and followed by snow. Should I say snow followed by cold? And get that the right way around. But this is going to be an exciting storm, that's for sure. Shutting down the northeast, then we're going to see a major freeze to follow that. So looking at the snow totals here, just bear with me just a wee second here to get this. And I think we are going to be talking about probably in the kind of 15 to 20 inch range for New York City, for example, and Boston as well. Let's just get the right chart here to show you the snow totals of the GFS. And they certainly are impressive, no question about that. Some of the biggest snowstorms actually in the northeast happen to be during the month of March, which is quite interesting. Some of the, of course, the superstorm that struck the northeast back in 1993 was historic, of course, one of the strongest storms ever to hit the northeast, and that was in the month of March. So yeah, we are talking about snow totals probably in excess of 2, maybe even 3 feet in some locations across parts of New Jersey, up into southern New England, so Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, even the Long Island and Cape Cod region. We could be talking about some significant snowfall out of this over the next couple of days. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I will have plenty more on the website later on this afternoon, so do check that out. Hope you have a great Monday. Bye for now.